The Washington Commanders finished tied for the second worst record in the NFL last season. They had been a laughingstock for more than 20 years. Given the number 2 pick of the NFL draft, which became Jayden Daniels, provided hope. It was hope that things could be better in a few years. Not hope that as a rookie, Daniels will lead the Commanders to their first NFC Championship game in 33 years. The Commanders pulled off one of the biggest upsets in divisional round history, beating the Detroit Lions 45-31 to advance to the NFC Championship game while delivering Detroit's one of the most crushing losses in recent memory. Detroit, which went 15-2 in the regular season and needed to win just one home game to make the first Super Bowl in franchise history, is out. The Commanders are moving on to the NFC title game for the first time since the end of the 1991 season. They'll face either the Philadelphia Eagles or the Los Angeles Rams on the road. Washington hadn't even won a playoff game since the end of the 2005 postseason. Now the Commanders have won 2 this postseason. It's an outcome that feels like a huge turning point for both franchises. For the Lions, it's an unimaginable disappointment. Until the Lions make a Super Bowl, they will lament blowing a home game to a Commanders team that went 4-13 last season and had a rookie quarterback starting just his second postseason game. They turned it over 5 times, including one on a trick pass by receiver Jameson Williams in the fourth quarter. The defense, ravaged by injuries, wasn't even competitive. It's among the most stunning one-and-done flops in playoff history. The 2024 Lions and 2011 Packers are the only teams in NFL history to win 15 games in the regular season and not win a playoff game. A magical season was completely undone in a little more than 3 hours Saturday night. For Washington, it's another step in an unbelievable season with dramatic wins and a historic season with an electrifying rookie quarterback. And to think we're supposed to be a few years away from seeing the peak of what Daniels can do with the Commanders. It was a wild first half at Ford Field, though. It took a little more than 1 minute of game action for the Commanders to put a lot of fear into the Lions. Detroit took a 14-10 lead on a great one-handed catch by Sam Laporta in the end zone, and while Washington was certainly looking good, the Lions still seemed in control. That changed very fast. Terry McLaurin took a receiver screen pass off a run-pass option play and went 59 yards for a touchdown. Right after that, disaster struck for the Lions. Jared Goff overthrew a pass that was intercepted by safety Quan Martin and returned 40 yards for a score. On top of the interception, Goff took a massive hit from Commanders linebacker Frankie Louisville, which could have been called for a penalty but was not. The Commanders suddenly led 24-14. That set off one of the wildest quarters in NFL playoff history. Jameson Williams scored on a 61-yard run off a reverse for the Lions. Daniels answered, hitting a long 38-yard pass to Diami Brown to set up a 5-yard touchdown to Zach Ertz. The Lions were about to answer, but Goff threw an interception on the pass into the end zone right before the half ended. Even with that interception, it was the highest scoring quarter in postseason history according to Fox, with the 2 teams combining for 42 points. A few things were apparent by halftime. The Lions' defense, which has dealt with a lot of injuries and lost cornerback Amik Robertson to an elbow injury in the first quarter, couldn't get a stop. Also, Washington's offense is amazingly efficient with a rookie quarterback. Daniel had 242 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 137.4 passer rating at halftime. He later became the first quarterback in NFL history to have 300 total yards in 2 postseason games. The biggest takeaway from the first half was that the Lions were in a lot of trouble. Commanders pulled away in the second half. The scoring slowed down a bit in the second half, but the Commanders still maintained control of the game. The Lions scored to cut Washington lead to 31-28. The Commanders answered back with a touchdown early in the fourth quarter. The drive was kept alive by a Lions penalty on 4th and 2 for having 12 men on the field. The Lions run more trick plays than anyone. They tried one in the fourth quarter that backfired massively. Williams took a play that looked like another reverse for the speedy receiver, but he was passing it. Nobody open yet. Williams threw it anyway and was picked off. Trailing 38-28 at that point, it was a death blow to the Lions. The Commanders scored with 7 minutes and 31 left to take a 17-point lead and crush the Lions' dreams. The game felt over before that because the Lions couldn't get a stop and Daniels kept making plays. Daniels came through with many big plays, with Washington punting only once while having 6 scoring drives. Detroit's frustrating height was summed up with it. Had a great onside kick after cutting Washington lead to 45-31, but couldn't recover it. Ertz somehow recovered before Detroit could get the loose ball. So you guys, let me know what you think. Do you think Washington gonna make it to the Super Bowl this year? And Daniels, he's having an outstanding rookie year season. I mean, if he win the Super Bowl this year, that'd be a amazing achievement on his resume as a rookie, and maybe he'll start getting them calls like Patrick Mahomes getting for the Chiefs. But if Jayden Daniels can get to the finals, to the Super Bowl, and play Mahomes and beat Mahomes, we might be looking at the next best quarterback in the league. But let me know in the comment section, how did you like the game? And do you believe Commanders lucked up and won the game, or do you think they're the real deal with McDaniels behind the helm? And let me know if you think the Commanders got a shot at winning the Super Bowl. It's your boy P Dizzle as always. I'm out. Peace.